Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so last week we started Pioneer Incentive, otherwise called Tax Holiday. I've explained all the relevant concepts relating to Pioneer Incentive. I explained what are the tax incentives available to a Pioneer company, objective of a Pioneer Incentive. I explained that, procedure for application of Pioneer Incentive, Pioneer Certificate, Production Certificate, cancellation of Pioneer Certificate, condition. I've explained all that. Condition for extension of Pioneer certificates. What are the treatment of Pioneer non-Pioneer products? During Pioneer period, I've explained that. And list of Pioneer products. I've listed them last week. So what we have left, my people, is for us to solve a question. So we start with practice question one. Practice question one. Ties. So we start by solving this practice question one, which is called ties. So somebody can help us to read the question. So question one, you can help us to read. Oh yeah, I'm listening.
Can I go ahead, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Tiles Limited was granted a Pioneer Certificate with its production day as 1st July 2018. The following information has been obtained from its record. Accumulated profit as at 30th June 2021. Capital expenditure incurred during the Pioneer period as certified by the FIRS. Building, plant and machinery, motor vehicle, furniture and fittings. After the end of the Pioneer period, the company adopted 31st December as its year end, and the adjusted profit for the new trade were 6 months to 31st December 2021, year to 31st December 2022. You are required to compute the tax liability of the company for the relevant years of assessment. All figures assumed correct.
Thank you. So this is simple question on Pioneer Incentive. Ties Limited was granted a Pioneer certificate with production day as at 4th July 2018. So in this question, when does the Pioneer period start? When does the Pioneer period terminate? So the Pioneer period starts when? And is going to terminate when? Oh yeah, the Pioneer period, when is it going to start? And what is the likely date of termination of the Pioneer period? The Pioneer period starts when the production date, from the production date. The Pioneer period will start from the production day and is going to terminate immediately when it's up to 3 years. So the Pioneer period starts from the production day and will terminate when it is up to 3 years. So In that regard, what are the profits during the pioneer period? What are the profits during the pioneer period? We need to know the profits during the pioneer period. What are the profits during the pioneer period? So we need to get the profit during the pioneer period. I'm trying to open an Excel so that we can solve the question using Excel templates. So just give me few minutes. So I want to open an Excel. So we start solving the question using Excel templates. I think that will be the best rather than explaining this question. So the suggested solution regarding this question is already in the material, but I feel that it is better that we solve it using Excel. So since since I'm not using whiteboard marker, so Excel will be so fantastic to solve this kind of question. Okay, thank you. So going back to this question now, the pioneer period starts from 1st of July, and by 30th of June 2019, that will be 1 year. 30th of June 2020, that will be 2 years. While 30th of June 2021, that will be 3 years. And we know that profit made by a pioneer company during the pioneer period is going to be exempted from tax. So my question now is that, what are the profits? What are the pioneer profits in this question? For the 3 years pioneer period, what are the profits made by the company for the 3 years? How much is the profit made by the company for the 3 years? We are given accumulated profit as at 30th June 2021, 4,950,000. This 4,950,000 means the profit made by the company during the pioneer period, because the end of the pioneer period is 30th June 2021, and we are told this is an accumulated profit. That means this profit is for 3 years. So it is for 3 years, 4,950,000. That is the pioneer profit for the 3 years. Now, the capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period, what are we going to assume?
It was
When are we going
purchased
to assume this
after.
capital expenditure was incurred?
It was
In the
purchased a
first
day
day,
after the end. Okay.
first day of the post-pioneer period. For the post-pioneer period, when does the post-pioneer period start? When does the post-pioneer period start?
So is it a question?
Sir?
Are you asking us as a question or you?
Yes. When does the post-pioneer period start?
A day after the end of the 3 years when the pioneer period
After
has
the
ended.
end of the 3 years. Thank you very much. So now I've shared the Excel. Now I want to show you the pioneer period, and we want to get the post-pioneer period. The pioneer period. Can you see my Excel? Can you see my Excel?
Yes, sir.
So the pioneer period, working note to this question. Let's do a working note. The working notes to this question, we need to get first working note 1. Our working note 1 is going to base on pioneer period. Working note 1 is going to be based on pioneer period. When does the pioneer period start? Pioneer period. Pioneer period. For the pioneer period, we have year 1, year 2, and we have year 3. For the year 1, it's going to start 1st July. That is the production day. 1st July 20 what? In the question. When is the production day? In the question. 1st July 2018 to 30th June. To 30th June 20 what? 2019. That is year 1 of the pioneer period. Year 2 of the pioneer period is going to be 1st July 2019 to when? 30th June 2020. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes.
Year 3 is going to start 1st July 2020 to 30th what? June 2019. This is the pioneer period. Now, post-pioneer period. Post-pioneer period. Okay, notes 2. We want to get post-pioneer period. Post-pioneer period. Post-pioneer period. This post-pioneer period is going to be based on year of assessment. Year of assessment. Basis period. For the post-pioneer period, what will be the first year of assessment for the post-pioneer period?
Twenty 2022.
2023.
2023.
2.
2023. Yes, accepted. Why will be this 2023 now? What will be the basis period? What is the accounting year end of the company? In the question, what is the accounting year end of the company after the pioneer period?
31st December.
31st December. So this post-pioneer period, the first basis period is going to start 1st July. We are going to apply commencement rule. 1st July 2020 what?
2.
2021. The next day of the pioneer period. You know the pioneer period ends 30th June 2021, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Why the post-pioneer period will start? The post-pioneer period will start 1st July 2021 to when? To when? if we apply commencement to when the company just commence a business, from the date of commencement up to the end of
To
what?
the end of the accounting year end.
Accounting year.
That's before
To 31st
December
December 2021. So
2020.
sorry, let me correct. This one will
Oh,
be 2022 year of assessment.
2022, 2023 again.
2022 year of assessment. Do you agree with me? Preceding year basis.
Yes, sir.
Since this one end in 2021, this one will be 2022 preceding year basis. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So we move to second year of assessment of the post-pioneer period. Second year of assessment of the post-pioneer period. Second year of assessment. The second year of assessment will be 2023 year of assessment. That one will start first of what?
1st January.
Based on accounting year. 1st January 2022. To when? 31st December 2022. Do you understand? 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2022. Third year of assessment of the post-pioneer period. That is 2024 year of assessment. That one, what will be the basis period? 1st January 2020 what? 2023 to 31st December 2020 what? 2023. Please, this basis period is very key. Do we have any question regarding this or any observation? Hello? Are you clear with this basis period?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go and compute the tax liability of the company. We are asked to compute the tax liability. The company will start paying tax from which period? The company will start paying tax from the post-pioneer period, Abi? So, the heading, Eminent Tax Limited, computation of tax liability. What was the post-pioneer period? 2022 year of assessment, 2023, and if we are giving information of 2024. The first year of the post-pioneer period, year of assessment 2022, the basis period, like I explained earlier, 1st of January 2021 to 31st December 2021. What is the adjusted profit based on these 6 months? In the question, what is the adjusted profit based on this period? Let me share the question again so that we can see. The adjusted profit for the 6 months is how much?
1.8.
For the 6 months of the post-pioneer period, 1.8. 1.8. This is the adjusted profit, 1.8. From the adjusted profit, we less capital what? Allowance. We less capital allowance. How do we get capital allowance? That will take us to working note 3. Working note 3. How to get our capital allowance? Working note 3. So now, the capital allowance, my people, when do we start computing capital allowance in this question? When do we start computing the capital allowance? Let me share the question. Let's go and read. When was the capital qualified capital expenditure acquired? The qualified capital expenditure, when do we incur them?
During the pioneer period.
So when do we assume this qualified capital expenditure was incurred?
During the
1st
pioneering
July
period.
2021.
The dates after the pioneer period.
Which is 1st July 2021. Abi? First day of the post-pioneer period.
Yes.
In the first year of assessment, how many, if we want to claim annual allowance, how many month annual allowance are we going to claim in 2022 year of assessment?
6 months, sir.
6
Now,
months.
why are we in the period after the pioneering kidney that we are recognizing it? I thought they said that it was during the pioneering period that they incurred it.
Okay. Are you around last week?
No.
Just tell me the truth. Are you around?
No.
Okay. So since you are not around, you're supposed to have listened to the video and watch the video. Read. Anytime a company, during the pioneer period, if a company acquire qualified capital expenditure, we are going to assume it was acquired on the first day of the post-pioneer period. You know, during the pioneer period, the company will not pay tax. So since the company will not pay tax during the pioneer period, that means the company cannot claim capital allowance in the during the pioneer period, because capital allowance is used to reduce profit so that your tax will reduce. Since you are not paying tax, you are not going to compute capital allowance during the pioneer period. So anytime a company incur capital allowance during the pioneer period, we are going to assume it was incurred in the first day of the post-pioneer period.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So going back to this question, what are the capital allowance we have? Building, 2.4 million. Plant and machinery, how much? 2,250,000. Can we see that? Motor vehicle, 1.5 million. Why furniture and fitting is how much? 750. So let's go and compute capital allowance for this qualified capital expenditure. Let's go and compute the capital allowance. So going back to my Excel, I have industrial building, plant and machinery, motor vehicle, furniture and fitting. What is the initial allowance for industrial building? Initial allowance rate? 15%. Why the annual allowance is how much? How many rates? 10%. For plant and machinery, what is the initial allowance rate? What is the initial allowance rate for plant and machinery?
50%.
Annual allowance?
25%.
Motor vehicle, initial allowance? 50%. Why plant and machinery? Annual allowance?
25%.
Furniture and fitting, what is the initial allowance?
25%.
Annual allowance?
20%.
20%. So the first year of assessment that we are going to compute capital allowance is going to be year 2022 year of assessment. Year 2022 year of assessment. the cost of the item, the cost the cost 2.4 for building, plant and machinery 2,250,000. Why motor vehicle 1.5, furniture and fitting, how much? 750. How do we get initial allowance for building? Initial allowance, we know the rate of initial allowance for building. What is the rate? Initial allowance for building, what is the rate?
15%.
15% of what? For us to get the
2.4
initial allowance.
of the cost. 2.4.
2.4. Can we see that? 15% of 2.4. Can we see the Excel?
Yes, sir.
That means 15% times 2.4 is going to give us how much? 360,000. Build plant and machinery. 15%, 50% of what? His own initial allowance is 50%. And 50% of what?
2.25 million.
2.25. So it's going to give us 1,125,000. Motor vehicle, 50% of what?
1.5.
So 50% of 1.5 will give us how much? 750. Can we see that? Furniture and fitting. 50% of furniture and fitting. 25% of furniture and fitting. His own initial allowance is 25%. 25% of furniture and fitting. 25% of furniture and fitting is going to give us 187,500. At the end of the day, the summation of all the initial allowance, when you sum all the initial allowance together, that means when you sum 360, 1,125,000, 750, 187,500, when you sum it together, it will give you 2,422,500. Can we see that? Hello? Can we all see that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, annual allowance. How do we get annual allowance? If you want to get annual allowance, you will say costs. Cost less what? Minus what? Costs.
Initial
Minus
allowance.
what? Initial allowance. Abi? Cost minus initial allowance divided by number of years. You divide it by the number of years. Number of years. So in case it's not up to 12 months, you now times it by the number of months times 12. Let me give an example. If I want to get annual allowance for industrial building, I will say cost of the industrial building is how much? 2.4. I will minus it from initial allowance. What did I get? If I minus cost from initial allowance, what did I get? I will get 2,040,000. This 2,040,000, I will now divide it by how many years? How many years industrial building we spend?
10.
If you want to know the number of years industrial building we spend, 100% divided by annual allowance rates. 100% divided by annual allowance rate. What is the
10.
annual allowance rate for industrial building? So
10.
100% divided by 10. 10. That means the industrial building, the annual allowance for 1 year is 204. But for you to get for the 2022 year of assessment, how many months is the basis period of 2022 year of assessment? The basis period of 2022 year of assessment started from 1st of July 2021 and it ends when? 31st December. Looking at this question, go back to, so I'm talking of this basis period. How many months do we have for this period? How many months is this period?
6 months, sir.
6 months.
6 months. So our annual allowance in 2022 year of assessment is going to be based on what? How many months? It's going to be based on 6 months. So you say 6 divided by 12 times 204. That means your annual allowance for 2022 under building is going to be 102. 6-month annual allowance. You cannot claim 1 year annual allowance in 2022 year of assessment. Because of what? Your basis period is how many months? Because your basis period is 6 months.
6 months.
So for plant and machinery, how do we get annual allowance for plant and machinery? Who can tell me how we get annual allowance for plant and machinery? Oh yeah.
2,250,000 minus 1,125,000, which is
Okay.
1,125,000 divided by 4.
Okay. Once we divide it by 4 times
Then we'll now
what
do
again?
6 times 6 divided by 12, which will now give us 104,625.
This and this. It gives us 1,001,200,000, 1,125,000. I will now divide it by, divided by what? 4, like we said. It gives us 281,250. That means this is annual allowance for a whole year. For me to get annual allowance for 6 months times 6 divided by 12, that will be 140,625. The same thing apply to motor vehicle. The same thing apply to furniture and fittings. For furniture and fitting, for us to get the annual allowance, somebody should explain to me, how do we get it? How do we get annual allowance for furniture and fitting?
Should I try, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Cost
So it's going
minus initial. Hello, sir.
Oh yeah. One after the other.
Cost minus initial.
And what
Cost
is the
minus
cost?
initial.
What is the
Cost
cost?
is 750. 750
Okay. Yes.
minus initial, which is 187,500.
This is cost. This is initial. Okay.
Yes.
When you said,
So we have 562 divided by 4. Divided by 5.
divided by what? Is
5.
it 4 or 5?
5.
Is it 4 or
It's
5?
100 divided by 20. It's 5.
5. 100 divided by 20 is
Yes.
5. So
Yes.
divided by 5. We get annual allowance
Now
for a whole
multiply by
year.
6.
For us
Yes.
to get annual allowance for 6 months, this times 6
6 divided by
divided by 12.
12.
So annual allowance for 6 months, 56,250. At the end of the day, all the annual allowance is 392,625. In this question, I use investment allowance. However, investment allowance has been deleted by Financial 2023. But this is year of assessment 2022. It's not year of assessment 2024. Financial 2023 started from year of assessment 2024. So as at this year of assessment 2022, investment allowance still applicable. That is the reason why I use it. You can ignore it because in your exam, let me be honest with you, investment allowance question will not be tested. Investment allowance has been deleted. So if ICAN want to set a question, they will set it starting from 2024 year of assessment. But in this, my question, it started from 2022. That is the reason why I use investment allowance. How do I get the investment allowance? 10%. Investment allowance is only applicable to plant and machinery, and it is 10% of cost of plant and machinery. What is 10% of cost of plant and machinery? 10% of 2,250,000. It will give us 225,000. That means my first year, 2022 year of assessment, the capital allowance is how much? 3,040,125. 3,425. 2023 year of assessment. How do I get the capital allowance? How do I get the annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment? This annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment. What you need to ask yourself, in 2023 year of assessment, how many months is the basis period of 2023 year of assessment? How many months? 2023 year of assessment. How many months is this basis period?
Well,
12 months. That means my annual allowance I'm going to claim in 2023 year of assessment is going to be 12 months. Abi? It's going to be 12 months. Do you agree with
yes,
me?
yes.
So if you want to get the annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment, you go back to 2022. You said cost minus what? Cost minus initial allowance. 2,040,000 is the cost for building. Why initial allowance for building was 360. Divided by number of years, how many years building we spent? How many years building we spent? 10 years. So that means I'm going to divide the cost minus initial allowance divided by 10. 204. That means my annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment will be 204. Another way you can get annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment, you ask yourself, in 2022 year of assessment, how many months is the annual allowance claimed in 2022?
6 months.
6. In 2023, how many months annual allowance do you want to claim?
12 months.
So what do we do?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. 102 multiplied by 2 for building. For plant and machinery, 140,625 multiplied by 2. For motor vehicle, 93,750 multiplied by 2, 187,500. While for furniture and fitting, 56,250 multiplied by 2, 112,500. At the end of the day, the total annual allowance for 2023 year of assessment, when you sum everything together, it will give you 785,250. So let's go back to the solution now. We have known the annual allowance for 2022 year of assessment as 3,040,125. While 2023 year of assessment, the capital allowance is 785,250. The capital allowance for 2022 year of assessment is 3,040,125. While 2023 year of assessment, the capital allowance is 785,250. So let's go and compute the tax liability. The profit for 2022 year of assessment, the adjusted profit is 1,800,000. Less capital allowance. Look at the capital allowance for the year in 2022 year of assessment, 3,040,125. The capital allowance available is 3,040,125. Why the profit available is how much? 1.8 million.
1.8.
See, capital allowance is more than the profit. And we want to minus the capital allowance from the profit. But the capital allowance available is more than the profit. What are we going to do in this regard? When the capital allowance is more than the profit, what are we going to do?
We restrict it.
We will restrict. Ladies and gentlemen, Emini Ties is a manufacturing company. Restriction does not apply to manufacturing and agro-allied company.
Okay.
Restriction does not apply. So what will we do? Since the profit we have is 1.8, the capital allowance we can claim for 2022 year of assessment, how much is the maximum capital allowance we can claim?
1.8.
1.8. We cannot restrict for this company because they are manufacturing company.
Okay.
So 1.8 is the maximum capital allowance we can claim. Assuming they are a trading company or they are a service company, what will you do in this regard? We will say capital allowance we are going to claim will be 2/3 of 1.8. So that we can have profit after the capital allowance we claim. But since this one is a manufacturing company, restriction does not apply to manufacturing company and agro-allied company. You claim all the amounts.
Okay.
At the end of the day, what will be our capital allowance that we carry to the next year of assessment? Capital allowance carry forward to the next year of assessment. 1,240,125. Do you understand how we get this? Do you understand? Do we have total profit or taxable profit after we claim capital allowance? Do we have any total profit or taxable profit?
No.
No. Let's go and compute the tax liability. Company income tax is computed on what profit?
On assessable profit.
Company income tax.
It's taxed on total profit, sir.
On total profit. Another name for total profit is taxable profit. This taxable profit is otherwise called total profit. Total profits. So we don't have any total profit. So our company income tax is going to be what?
Sir, please, which one is assessable profit?
Adjusted profit is assessable profit.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. So we don't have any total profit here. We don't have any total profit. So our CIT, nil, 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes,
Our
yes.
TET, as our 2022 year of assessment, what is the rate of company income tax in 2022 year of assessment?
2.5.
2.5. TET is computed on what profit?
Accessible. That's
Adjusted profit.
Adjusted profit or accessible profit. 2.5% of 1.8. 2.5% of what? 1.8. It will give us how much?
45.
45,000. We move to 2023 year of assessment.
Israel.
What is the adjusted profit for
Israel.
2023 year of assessment? Madam, try to mute your audio. We are in class, so this is not a food canteen. So the adjusted profit for 2023 year of assessment is 2 point what?
7.
Under the capital allowance, if we want to claim capital allowance, we will first of all bring forward the capital allowance of 2021, 2022 year of assessment that was carried forward. That one will be capital allowance what? Brought forward. Can you remember this 1,240,125?
Yes, sir.
Can you still remember? The one that
Yes,
was
sir.
carried forward in 2022 year of assessment is going to be brought forward.
Yes.
Now, what is the capital allowance for the year 2023 year of assessment? How much is the capital allowance that we computed under the capital allowance computation?
745.
785,250. Do you understand? 785,250. So at the end of the day, you now ask a question. We have profit of 2.7 million. When we add the capital allowance together, both the brought forward and for the year, how much is it giving us? When we add it together,
2,025,370.
That means our profit available is more than the capital allowance. That means we can claim all the capital allowance. Abi?
Yeah.
We can do what?
Claim all the capital
allowance.
So all the capital allowance, both the brought forward and for the year, 2,025,375. Minus it. So there will not be any capital allowance carry forward again. No capital allowance carry forward. When we minus these 2,025,375 from your profit, from your adjusted profit, what will be your total profit or taxable profit available?
674,625.
From here, you can compute your CIT. Your CIT, 30% of what?
of total profit.
30% of 674,625. 30% of 674,625. So it will give us 202,387.5. Why your TET, tertiary education tax, still 2.5 as our 2023 year of assessment. 2.5 as at 2023 year of assessment. So that one will give us 2.5% of adjusted profit, 2.5% of 2,007,000. So it will give us 67,500. So this is all what we have on this question. Do we have any question, any query? Do we have any question? So in the absence of no question, we move to the second question we are going to solve tonight.
So, sir, please, I just for clarity purpose, the whole pioneer topic is just to ensure that no tax is computed during the 3 years of pioneering phase, and also that capital allowance are computed a day after the pioneer period. Is that all around pioneer,
Yes,
sir?
yes, sir. That is all around. And when you make a loss during the pioneer period, that loss will be available for relief in the post-pioneer period. That is the crux of the matter in this question. This is one of the crux of the matter. So let's look at one more question, my people. One more question.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
I can
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Let us assume after pioneer period and they still have capital allowance that they've not enjoyed. Are we still going to be deducting it?
After the pioneer period.
Yes. And they still have capital allowance. Maybe as at that period, their profits could not absorb all the capital allowance.
We are going to carry it forward.
Okay.
We are going to carry it forward. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's look at one more question. Question. Let's start with question 4. Question 4. Let's solve question 4. Oh yeah, somebody should read question 4. Oh yeah, question 4.
The Industrial Development Income Tax Relief Act 2004 makes provision for tax relief for certain companies that have been issued with pioneer certificates. In order to take advantage of the tax incentive, Solid Rock Cement Limited was incorporated on October 1st, 2014 to manufacture cement and was granted a pioneer certificate for 3 years, with its production date certified as January 1st, 2017. At the end of the pioneer period, the company continued in business and adopted September 30th as its year end. You have been provided with the following information: accumulated losses as at 31st 12 2019, adjusted profits for the 9 months ended 30th 9 2020, adjusted profit for the 12 months ended 30th 9 2021, capital expend and year ended 30th 9 2022. Capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period: buildings, plant and machinery, motor vehicles, furniture. All the capital expenditure and the losses were certified by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. During the pioneer period, the company imported the same product for which it was granted pioneer status and made profits of 900 million and 800 million for the year ended December 31st, 2018 and 2019. Required as the tax consultant to the company, you are to advise the management of the company on the tax implication for the relevant year of assessment. All figure assumed to be correct, sir.
Thank you very much. So this question is asking us to do an advice on tax implication for the relevant year. In this question, they have the pioneer period, they have the post-pioneer period. Looking at this question now, when is the pioneer period start? The pioneer period starts when?
1st of January 2017.
2017. And it's going to end when?
December 2020.
It's going to end 31st December 2019.
31st December 2019.
Okay.
That means the post-pioneer period will start from when?
From 1st January 2020.
The post-pioneer period will start from when?
1st January
1st
2020.
of January 2020. Do you understand?
No,
At
sir.
the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, during the pioneer period, what is the profit of the pioneer period? The profit made during the pioneer period.
So they have accumulated loss of 300,000, sir.
In those 3 years of pioneer period, they made a loss of how much? 300,000 naira, which is almost 3 million. They are in thousands, Abi?
Yes, 300 million.
300 million. This loss that was made during the pioneer period, what is the loss? What is the treatment of loss made during the pioneer period? The loss made during the pioneer period is going to be carried forward to when?
The post-pioneer period.
To the post-pioneer period. And is going to be available for relief against profit of the post-pioneer period. However, before this loss can be carried forward to post-pioneer period or can be relieved against the profit of the post-pioneer period, what is the condition that will make the loss to be carried forward or relieved against profit of the post-pioneer period? Who can tell me the condition? There's one condition before you can relieve any loss made during the pioneer period against the profit of post-pioneer period. What is the condition? The loss must be certified by who?
FRS.
By FRS. That means you must write FRS that you make a loss during the pioneer period, and FRS must certify the losses. They must give you certificate of loss before you can claim it against post-pioneer profits. In this question, you are not asked to compute the tax liability. You are asked to write to advise the management of the company. Your question must be in form of advice, though you are going to compute the tax liability too. But your tax liability is a working note to your advice. They say as a tax consultant, what does that mean? If you want to solve this question, what does that mean as a tax consultant? In an exam, if you want to start a question like this, as a tax consultant to the company, you have to advise the management on the implication, on the tax implication. So how do you start the question? That means you need to form a tax consulting firm name. In an exam, you need to form a tax consulting firm name or accounting firm name. You can say BDI Consulting Service or BDI and Co tax consultants. You give yourself a name and you write where you are located. Maybe you are located in Ikorodu Road, Lagos. Date must be stated in this your advice. The date. You must write a date. And you have to advise the management in form of a letter writing. You now address your letter to who? Who are you going to address your letter to? To the managing director. What is this company name? Solid Rock Cement. You address your letter to the managing director. Look at my solution now. I write BDI Tax Consultants. BDI and Co. Tax Consultants. Number 24, Ikorodu Road, Marina, Lagos, as an example. The date of my letter, January 12, 2020. The managing director, Solid Rock Cement. I just put one address, Ikorodu. Lagos. And dear sir, what is the subject matter of the question? Tax implication of pioneer period and post-pioneer period. Tax implication of what? Pioneer period and what? Post period. What is the so that is the subject of the matter. Now, in response to your request on the above subject matter, we wish to advise you as follows. In this question, before you even go to the working, you need to mention some points. You need to tell us, for pioneer period, what is the tax implication of pioneer period? One of the tax implications is the profit made during the pioneer period. In this question, the pioneer period starts from 1st of January 2017 to 31st December 2019. When there is this pioneer period, you need to say in this your report, you must first of all state that the pioneer period commenced from 1st of January. You need to let them know as an advice. The first advice you need to give them, you need to state your pioneer period. The pioneer period starts from, the pioneer period lasted for 3 years, from 1st of January to 31st December 2019. Since what? Since there was what? There was no what? Extension of the period. How many years can I extend pioneer period?
2 years now.
Not more than
Another
12
2
months.
years.
Not more than 2 years. One point, you state your pioneer period, which is point A. Because you are writing an advice, don't rush to the calculation. Don't rush to the calculation. This one is not asking you compute the tax liability. It's asking you for advice. Your calculation is a working note, though it carry marks too. Number 2 points, you need to let them know, part of the advice. Profit made during the pioneer period. What will happen to the profit made during the pioneer period? They are what?
Exempted from tax.
Exempted from tax.
From tax.
Exempted from tax.
In this question, this company was giving pioneer certificate to do what? What was the pioneer certificate giving? To do what? To do what?
To manufacture
What was
cement.
this? To do manufacturing of what?
Cement.
Cement.
Cement. However, if we read further in this question, we were told that during the pioneer period, the company imported what?
The same product.
Which is the cement. They
Yes.
imported cement. Importation of cement, is it a pioneer product?
No.
No.
It's a non-pioneer product. So during the pioneer period, if a company make a profit from non-pioneer product, what will happen to that profit?
It will be subject to tax.
It will be subject to tax. That means the profit that the company make from the importation of cement during this period, during this pioneer period, is going to be subjected to tax. This 900 million, 800 million, they made it during the pioneer period, but it's from importation of cement. They will pay tax on it. It's not from manufacturing of cement. They will pay tax from it. So part of your report, look at your point B. I said profit made during the pioneer period, manufacturing of cement, you need to state it. That is your pioneer product, are exempted from tax. Why profit made from what? From importation of cement, non-pioneer product, are what? Are subjected to tax or are taxable. That is point 2. Point B, look at it. We are told this company does not make profit during the pioneer period. Though. What does the company make during the pioneer period? The company did not make profit during the pioneer period. But the company have what during the pioneer period? They have accumulated losses instead of profit. Abi? During the pioneer period, they have losses instead of profit. What is the treatment of losses? You need to state it in your point 2. That will be your point C. The net loss or accumulated loss during the pioneer period as certified by who? As certified by who? That net loss or accumulated loss during the pioneer period must be certified by who?
FIRS.
FIRS. You need to let them know the net loss incurred during the pioneer period as certified by FIRS is available for relief in against the profit of which period?
Post-pioneer period.
Post-pioneer period, which is after the pioneer period. It's another point. Because it's an advice. It's not you are not going to task computation. It's an advice. You need to state. You need to give points. All these points carry mark. Point 4. Point 4. When you read the question very well, which is question D, note D, capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period. You need to state it in your point 2. When a company incur capital expenditure during the pioneer period, what is the treatment of capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period? What is the treatment? The qualified capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period are certified by who? By the FRS. The qualified capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period, as certified by the FRS, is deemed to have been incurred in which day?
End of 2000.
In the first day of the post-pioneer period. And capital allowance will be granted from that date. What is the first day of the post-pioneer period in this question? The pioneer period ends 31st December 2019. That means the first day of the post-pioneer period is going to start 1st of January 2020. And they will start computing the capital allowance from that date. So it's another point you need to raise. And you need to let them know too, part of your point. We said this company, no, Solid Rock Cement is a manufacturing company, Abi. Solid Rock Cement is a manufacturing company. Therefore, there will be no what? There will be no restriction of what?
Capital allowance.
Capital allowance. Relief. There will not be restriction of capital allowance. That means they are going to claim their full capital allowance. There will no restriction of capital allowance will apply to this company because they are manufacturing company. It's part of the point. Another point, you need to let them know that after the pioneer period, commencement rule will apply. That is point E. Commencement rule will apply after the pioneer period. Provision of commencement rule. So you state your point. Now let's go to computation. At the end of the day, your last point is for you to summarize the tax the company will pay in your report. Look at my summary. I said 2019, which is the pioneer period. The company paid company income tax of 270 million and education tax of 18 million. 2020, year of assessment, they also pay 240,000 and 16 million. I did the summary of all the tax the company paid. And you close your report. You close your report. You need to let them know that the company can contact you should in case they have further clarification or any assistance, and you close your report. Your working in this question carry marks too, but it's an appendix. It's an appendix to this report. So let's go to the workings now.
Sir, please, I have a question before we go forward. Is it like when you're closing, are you using your real name to write? Because where you wrote yours faithfully, is it your full name you're going to use or a fake name as well?
You can put any name, madam. It's not your real name. You can put any name you like. Do you understand? So let's go to the workings.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Yes, sir. I want to ask. Can we design like letterhead paper? Or it must be in form of address.
Letterhead paper. Yes, you can design letterhead papers too.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
that the tax consulting firm have a letterhead paper. You can design that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you,
can
sir.
Design that. Okay. You are welcome. So let's go to the workings now. Let's go and do the working through Excel, like we did the last one. Solid rock cement. Now, for the solid rock cement, the pioneer period is 2017, 2018, 2019. That means the post-pioneer period started from which year? The post-pioneer period started from 2020. And your post-pioneer period, 1st of January 2020, up to the end of accounting year. In the question, what is the accounting year end of the company? What is the accounting? No. Go and check the question very well. The accounting year ends.
30th June to September.
September, not June, no. It's September. Please check very well. It's September. The accounting year
September.
ends. So, for the post-pioneer period, 1st of January 2020 to 30th September 2020, what will be the year of assessment? The first year of assessment of the post-pioneer period? 2021. And the basis period is 1st of January 2020 to 31st December 20 to 31st to 30th September 2020. What is the adjusted profit based on this period given to us in the question?
Sir, please, are they assessed on AYB or PYB?
Post-pioneer period. Is it assessed on AYB or PYB? The post-pioneer period is assessed on PYB now.
Okay.
Preceding year basis.
All right, sir.
So, the adjusted profit based on this period is 102,000, which is 102 million. 102 million as given to us in the question. 102 million. That is the adjusted profits. You know, the company make a loss during the pioneer period.
Yes.
That loss made during the pioneer period, what will happen to it? We carry it forward. We brought it forward to the post-pioneer period. Look at it. And now said, loss brought forward. That 300 million that was made during the pioneer period, that was incurred during the pioneer period, that loss is going to be brought forward to the post-pioneer period. Loss of 300 million. So the profit available is 102. And we have a loss of how much? 300 million. How much are we going to relieve in this first year? How much will be our loss relief?
It is the 102 because it's less than the loss.
It's less than the loss. So what will be the remaining profit loss that we carry forward to the next year?
198.
198. This 198 we carry it forward to the next year of assessment. At the end of the day, this company, since they have used all their profit to relieve loss, there is no accessible profit. Capital allowance now. How do we get capital allowance? In the question, we're told they incurred the capital allowance during the pioneer period. So when are we going to assume the capital allowance was incurred? Let's go to the question. Capital expenditure incurred during the pioneer period were given. So when do we assume this capital expenditure was incurred?
1st January.
1st January of which year?
2020.
2020. 2020. Now, let's go and compute the capital allowance. You know, if we go back to our Excel, this year 2021 year of assessment, the basis period 1st January 2020 up to 30th September 2020. How many months?
9 months.
9
9
months.
months or 12 months?
9
9
months.
months.
That means your capital allowance is going to be how many months?
9 months.
Your annual allowance for 2021 year of assessment is going to be how many months? 9 months.
9 months.
Abi?
Yes.
It is the annual allowance we prorate. We don't prorate initial
Yeah.
allowance.
No,
Do you
annual
understand?
allowance. Yes, sir.
So let's go and compute capital allowance. Our capital allowance now, computation of capital allowance, 2021 year of assessment. Building, 850. Furniture and fitting, 250. Plant and machinery, 700. Motor vehicle,
In the bid
750.
addition.
Initial allowance. What will be the initial allowance for building? 15% is the initial allowance. 15% of what are we going to use for this building? It's going to be 15% of 850. Do you understand? 15% of the cost. The cost is 850. So 15% of the cost is going to give you 127,500. One what? 27,500. Why? For furniture and fitting, 25% of the cost. The initial allowance for furniture and fitting is 25%. 25% of 250, it will give you 62,500. For plant and machinery, 50% of the cost, 50% 700, it will give you 350. For motor vehicle, 50% of the cost, 50% of 350, 50% of 750, it will give you 375. At the end of the day, the total initial allowance is 915,000, which is 915 million. The annual allowance now. How do we get annual allowance for building? Costs, 850 minus initial allowance, minus 127,500. You divide it by how many years?
10 years.
10 years. This minus this, it gives you 722. 722, you divide it by 10 years. It gives you 72,500. How many months am I going to claim? How many months? From 1st of January to 30th September is how many
9 months.
months? I give you 9 over 12. Of Oklahoma. 9 over 12. 9 over 12. That will be what? 54,000. One what? 54,188. 54,000 what? 188. That is annual allowance for building. For furniture and fitting, the same thing. 250 minus 62,500 divided by 5 years times 9/12. At the end of the day, you add all the annual allowance, it will give you 218,250. And when you add the annual and initial allowance, it will give you a capital allowance of 1,133,250. Second year of assessment, 2022. What will be the annual allowance? Since you know that this one is 9 months and you want to claim 12-month annual allowance in the second year, what you need to say, 12/9 times 54,188, it will give you 72,250 for the annual allowance of 2022. Or what you can say, 850 minus 127,500 divided by 10, it will give you 72,250. Because second year annual allowance is going to be 12-month annual allowance. So at the end of the day, your annual allowance for second year, your capital allowance for second year is going to be 291, which is the summation of all the annual allowance. For third year too, 2023 year of assessment, the same thing happened. 291, you claim the full month annual allowance. So your total capital allowance in the third year is 291. Once you get your capital allowance, you can now go back to the calculation now, the computation of taxable profits. In the first year, 2021 year of assessment, I don't have any profit because of the loss. My capital allowance I computed 1,133,250. What will happen to this capital allowance in the 2021 year of assessment? What will happen to the capital allowance?
It will be carried forward.
Forward. It's going to be carried forward. So I was asked to compute tax liability. What will be my tax liability in 2021 year of assessment? CIT, nil, because I don't have any total profit or taxable profit. But TET, education tax, is going to be 2% of what? 2% of what?
Adjusted profit.
2% of adjusted profit. And it's going to give me 2,000, 40,000, 2,040, 2040. That is the tax liability for 2021 year of assessment. In 2021, no CIT, but you will pay TET of 2,040, 2040. In 2022 year of assessment, the basis period for 2022 is going to start when? When does the company accounting period start? Accounting year end of the accounting period of the company start when?
1st October 2020.
It will start 1st of October 2020 and end when? Second year, end 30th September 2021, preceding year basis. You know, this year of assessment is 2022. That means the basis period must end in 2021. Do you understand? Based on the accounting year end of the company. Do you understand? Do you understand? So the adjusted profit based on this is 1,080,000. I have a loss brought forward. How much is the loss brought forward? The loss that was carried forward in 2021 year of assessment, 198.
300,000.
No. Why 300,000? In 2021, what is the loss carried forward?
Okay, sorry, 1 million.
It's 198.
198
When you
million.
release 102.
198
Million
million.
80,000.
No, 198 million, which is 198,000. You know, we are using 1,000 up.
Yes.
So this loss is going to be the loss brought forward in 2022. How much are we going to relieve as loss?
198.
Everything. We are going to relieve
Yes.
everything, Abi?
Yes, because the profit is more than the loss.
Yes, we have enough profit. We have what?
Enough profit.
So there will not be loss carried forward. After we have relieved our loss from this profit, what will be the accessible profit? The remaining profit?
882.
882. So 882. Capital allowance. Our capital allowance now. Do we have capital allowance brought forward from the last year of assessment?
Yes.
How much is our capital allowance? 1,133,250,000.
Million.
Capital allowance for the year in 2022 year
291
of
million.
assessment,
291 million.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we add the two capital allowance together, what profit available do we want to relieve the capital allowance from? What is the remaining profit we want to relieve the capital allowance from?
Is the profit remaining from, yeah.
The remaining profit that
882,000.
Yes.
Since 882,000 is less than the summation of the capital allowance brought forward and capital allowance for the year. So that means our capital allowance relief is going to be how much?
882.
882. Mind you, because this one is a manufacturing company, is what?
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing. If it is a trading company or service company, we are going to restrict it to what? 2/3
of 882.
Yes. But since this one is a manufacturing company, all the profit can be used for the capital allowance. And we should thank God.
Sir, please, I have a question.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Like okay, sorry, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So, sir, because you've repeated that if it's a trading or service company, that it's going to be restricted to 2/3 of the accessible profits. So, sir, my question is, do we give trading company or service company pioneer certificates?
We don't give them pioneer certificates.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. My question, sir, like after removing the 2/3 from the 882 now, the remaining profit, will you be charging CIT on it?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be charging CIT on it. We should thank God, starting from next year, based on the Nigeria Tax Act that will commence 1st of January 2026, no restriction again for both trading company and service company. No restriction of capital allowance again. Restriction of capital allowance has been deleted from the new Nigeria Tax Act. That will be starting from next year. So at the end of the day, when you minus 882 from this sum of this capital allowance, that means the capital allowance that you are going to carry forward is going to be how much?
542.
542,250. Your tax liability. Company income tax, no total profit again or taxable profit. So your company income tax is nil. Education tax, 2.5% of what? Because this is 2022 year of assessment. 2.5% of what?
882.
No, 2.5% of adjusted profit.
Oh, adjusted profit, sorry.
So in this second year of assessment, what is your adjusted profit? $1,080,000. 2.5% of it. So you move to 2023 year of assessment. 2023 year of assessment, your adjusted profit is 1,250,000. You don't have any loss again, but you have a capital allowance carry brought forward 542,250. Why capital allowance for the year 291? So what do we do now? When you add the two capital allowance together, it will give you 833,250, Abi?
Yeah.
And it is less than what?
Less than the profit, adjusted profit.
So that means you claim everything.
Yeah.
When you claim everything, no capital allowance carry forward again. Your total profit or taxable profit after you claim your capital allowance is going to be 416,750. So at the end of the day, your company income tax at how many percent? 30%. 30% of what?
416,750.
Your education tax, 2.5% of what?
Of adjusted profits.
1,250,000. So 31,250. That is the tax liability. The second tax liability you compute, my people, is tax on non-pioneer products. The
That is the important cement.
non-pioneer products. Tax liability on the non-pioneer products. In the non-pioneer products, 900 million was made in 2018. When you go to the question, from the non-pioneer product, 900,000 was made in the 2018 year end. That means the year of assessment for this is going to be 2019. 900,000. For the non-pioneer product, no capital allowance. That means your total profit still remains 900,000. So CIT, 30% of 900,000, 270,000. TET, 2% of 900,000, 18,000. That is on non-pioneer products.
But sir,
yes.
Let's assume at this end and maybe end of that competition to this place of a non-pioneer product, if loss still exists or capital allowance exists, are we going to deduct it from this adjusted profit of 900 million?
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So for the non-pioneer product, the second year for the non-pioneer product, which is the profit that was made in 2020, 2019, the year of assessment will be 2020, 800 million on the non-pioneer product. So 30% of 800 million, 240. 2% of 800 million, education tax, 160. So this is the tax liability for the non-pioneer product. So what you do the summary of the tax liability. In 2019 year of assessment, you pay CIT on the non-pioneer product, 270,000, and TET on the non-pioneer product, 18,000. While in 2020, you still paid CIT on non-pioneer product, 240,000, while 16,000 TET on non-pioneer products. Why 2021 year of assessment, that is the post-pioneer period. Post-pioneer period, no CIT, you pay TET. For 2021, for 2022 year of assessment too, no CIT, you pay CET. Why 2023, there is CIT of 125 million, 25,000, and the TET is 31 million, 250,000. This is the summary of your task that you are going to put in your report. This summary, you put it in your report while writing your report. So do we have any question, any query regarding this? Do we have any question? So in the absence of no question, this is where we are going to stop tonight. Thank you for having me.